Life will not always be gentle. There will be mornings when the weight of the world feels unbearable, when plans fall apart, when people disappoint you, and when even your own reflection seems tired. In those moments, happiness can feel like a luxury meant for others, but it is precisely then that you must push yourself to find it. Control what you can, accept what you can't. It sounds simple, but it is one of the hardest truths to live by. Most of our suffering does not come from the world itself, but from our resistance to it. We want life to obey our wishes. We want people to behave as we expect. We want outcomes to unfold according to our plans. Yet the more we try to force the world to bend to our will, the more we find ourselves exhausted, disappointed, and bitter. There is great peace in understanding the boundary between what is within our control and what is not. You cannot control the weather, but you can control how you prepare for it. You cannot control what people think of you, but you can control how you treat them. You cannot control the past, but you can decide what lessons to carry from it. The moment you stop wrestling with everything outside your command, you reclaim the strength that was scattered in useless worry and fear. Most of what drains our energy is not real work. It is the mental struggle against what cannot be changed. The person who accepts this truth begins to live with a quieter mind and a stronger heart. Acceptance is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the courage to see reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. It means facing hardship without denial, disappointment without bitterness, and uncertainty without panic. When you accept what you cannot control, you are not giving up. You are giving yourself room to act where your actions truly matter. You begin to focus on your own choices, your responses, your values. These are the tools that shape your life more powerfully than any external force. Every day, you face moments that test this understanding. Someone may speak unfairly to you, and your first instinct is to defend your pride. A plan may fail, and frustration tries to take over. But if you pause, if you remind yourself that the words of others and the outcomes of events are not yours to command, something changes inside you. You begin to act, not react. You choose calm over chaos, patience over anger. You start to see that control was never about the world. It was about yourself. True peace is not found in trying to change everything around you. It is found in mastering your own inner world. When your energy is directed toward your actions, your thoughts, and your choices, you become stronger. The storms of life may still rage, but they no longer rule you. You walk through them with dignity because you understand that though you cannot control the wind, you can adjust your sails. You can choose your direction, no matter how unpredictable the sea becomes. And in that quiet mastery of yourself, you discover a peace that nothing outside of you can ever take away. Pain is not the enemy, weakness is. Pain is a teacher, a silent force that strips away illusion and exposes who you truly are beneath comfort and ease. Most people fear pain, they avoid it, they curse it when it arrives. But pain is a messenger. It arrives not to destroy you but to awaken something greater within you. Without struggle, there is no strength. Without challenge, there is no growth. Hardship does not come to make you suffer endlessly. It comes to test your limits, to show you what you are capable of enduring, and to remind you that comfort has never built character. When life is kind, it is easy to be calm, patient, and hopeful. But when life grows harsh, when things fall apart, when loss and failure come one after another, that is when your spirit is revealed. Pain is the fire through which your inner steel is forged. It teaches resilience, it shapes discipline, and it cultivates humility. Every scar carries a story of survival, and every difficulty faced with courage becomes a mark of honor. It is not the pain itself that weakens us, but our fear of it. It is our belief that life should always be smooth that keeps us fragile. The person who understands that pain is part of existence learns not to run from it, but to face it with calm determination. Weakness is not found in the body alone. It is in the mind that refuses to endure, in the heart that gives up before trying, in the spirit that avoids growth because it fears discomfort. The more you hide from pain, the more power it has over you. But when you meet it directly, it loses its strength to control you. You begin to see that pain is only a signal, not a sentence. It points to what needs attention, what needs to heal, and what needs to change. Hardship, then, becomes a form of training. It disciplines your mind, it strengthens your will, it shapes your character into something that comfort never could. Every time you rise after falling, every time you stand back up when your heart is heavy, You prove to yourself that you are stronger than the moment. This is how endurance is built, not through avoidance, but through courage. You may bend under pressure, but you will not break, because pain is not your master, it is your mentor. In the end, pain refines you. It strips away arrogance, teaches compassion, and deepens your understanding of life. It shows you that real strength is not about being unshaken, but about rising again and again no matter how hard you are struck. The one who learns to endure pain learns to live with power, not fear. Hardship becomes less of a curse and more of a call to awaken the strength that has always been waiting within you. Happiness is a discipline, not a reward. It is not something that appears when everything in life aligns perfectly, nor is it a prize waiting at the end of success or comfort. Happiness is something you train yourself to create and sustain within, regardless of what happens around you. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness as if it were hidden somewhere outside themselves, in wealth, relationships, achievements, or possessions. Yet the more they chase, the more it escapes them, because true happiness has never depended on what we have, but on how we think, how we live, and how we choose to see the world. Happiness begins where expectation ends. It is not about perfect moments, but about a steady state of mind that refuses to be disturbed by the rise and fall of fortune. When life gives you what you want, gratitude should follow. When life takes it away, acceptance should remain. This calm steadiness does not come naturally, it must be practiced. Every day offers a chance to strengthen the mind against impatience, comparison, and fear. Happiness requires self-control, the ability to guard your thoughts against negativity and focus your energy on what is good, useful, and meaningful. It is not an emotion that visits, it is a skill that must be cultivated. The disciplined mind does not depend on the behavior of others or the conditions of the world to feel at peace. It understands that external things are fragile and fleeting. Wealth can vanish, people can change, success can fade, and comfort can disappear overnight. If your happiness rests upon those things, it will fall with them. But if your happiness is rooted in your own character, in gratitude for what is, and in the quiet knowledge that you can face whatever comes, then no loss can truly take it from you. There will be days when joy feels far away, when sadness clouds the heart and fatigue weighs down your thoughts. Even then, the practice of happiness continues. You can remind yourself to breathe, to notice what remains instead of what is missing, to act kindly even when you do not feel like it. These small acts of discipline strengthen the foundation of inner peace. Over time, you realize that happiness is less about emotion and more about alignment. Living in harmony with your values, accepting life as it is, and refusing to be mastered by circumstances. To be truly happy is to be free, not because the world is perfect, but because you no longer depend on it to be. You understand that control lies not in reshaping life to your liking, but in shaping yourself to meet life with balance and grace. Happiness is built through patience, self-awareness, and gratitude. It grows when you stop demanding that everything go your way and start appreciating the strength it takes to remain calm when it doesn't. It is not a gift you wait for, it is a discipline you practice every single day. Gratitude and perspective are weapons of strength. When life feels heavy and the road ahead looks uncertain, these two forces protect the mind from despair. Gratitude reminds you of what remains when so much seems lost, and perspective reminds you that no state, however painful, lasts forever. Together they keep your spirit balanced when everything around you shakes. Many people collapse under hardship not because their suffering is greater than others, but because they lose sight of these two truths. They focus only on what has gone wrong, forgetting what is still right. They see only the present difficulty and forget that time changes all things. Gratitude does not erase pain, but it changes how you carry it. When you begin to see the small blessings that still exist, a friend's kindness, a breath of morning air, the fact that you are still standing, you reclaim power from sorrow. The human mind cannot feel despair and gratitude at the same time. One always weakens the other. So when you train yourself to notice what remains instead of what has been taken, you shift from helplessness to quiet strength. Gratitude is not denial of hardship, it is defiance against hopelessness. It says, I still have something to hold on to. That awareness keeps your heart alive even when life tests you most. Perspective, on the other hand, gives you distance. It reminds you that this moment, no matter how painful, is only a fragment of a much larger story. Every season passes, every storm moves on, and every wound, given time, begins to heal. When you look back on the trials you have already survived, you see proof that pain does not last forever. Perspective allows you to see beyond the chaos of the present, to remember that you have endured before and will endure again. It is the voice that whispers, "This too will pass," not as an empty phrase, but as a deep understanding of life's nature. When you combine gratitude with perspective, you become resilient. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment, showing you the light that still exists. Perspective lifts your gaze beyond it, reminding you of the impermanence of all things, both joy and sorrow. Together, they keep your mind from falling into despair or arrogance. Gratitude teaches humility, for it makes you aware of how much you depend on things beyond your control. Perspective teaches patience, for it shows you that no feeling, good or bad, defines eternity. In moments when life feels unbearable, these two forces become your armor. Gratitude keeps your heart open. Perspective keeps your mind steady. They do not erase struggle, but they make it bearable. Through them, you learn to endure without bitterness, to hope without illusion, and to keep walking even when the path is steep. Life's hardships lose their power when you remember what you still have and understand that even your pain is only passing through.